We out here staying connected. Come on, sister. Miss Cheryl. I call you Cheryl, but we're going to call you Miss Cheryl. Cheryl.
Cheryl or Sherry?
How are you, darling? Grab a seat for me, all right? Let me make sure this camera's right for you. How are you?
I'm doing great.
You was closer than what I thought.
Said what?
You was closer than what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought that you was deep in the middle of the neighborhood.
Oh no, my cousin lives back there, but I do have a house.
Okay. You had surgery today.
Yeah. On my
Outpatient.
back.
How was it? How are you?
It was fine. I'm good.
How you feel?
I'm good. I called my goddaughter and told her what happened and stuff, and you can hear her slobbering over the phone.
They love her.
Yeah,
you
no, she was like, "Oh, I wish I was there. Oh, I want to see how much they got out your back."
Let's introduce yourself to everybody without giving your last name.
Yes.
Go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
My name is Cheryl, or Sherry. My family calls me Sherry. I am a recovering addict and a recovering alcoholic.
Yeah, good
Yes.
stuff. And for the ones that don't know, you are Amber's mother.
Yes, I'm Amber's mother.
You are
sure am.
Amber's mother. And I appreciate having this time to sit and talk with you because I've been on her journey, but you got a journey too.
Yes.
And I always tell people, in order to get to fixing the problem, you got to get to the root of it.
Correct.
And when you
correct,
get a chance to talk to the parents and talk to relatives and kind of go back a little bit,
correct.
you kind of get a better understanding of how
Yes.
people move and why they move.
And that's definitely true. I'm a motivational speaker, and when I say that, I speak to whoever I have. I've worked as a drug and alcohol counselor for years.
Did you?
Mary Haven, Alvis House, Stephen House, a program in Atlanta. I also worked for them. Several treatment programs I've worked for.
What was your vice when you was addicted? Now, we use the terminology hard, soft, fet. You know what I mean? What was your choice of drug?
Alcohol, number one, is definitely my drug of choice.
Okay.
And then I don't know if I'm allowed to say it or
But
what.
hard, soft, heroin?
No, I never
Boy,
used
good.
heroin. I
Okay.
used crack cocaine.
Okay. Hard.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
I was addicted to crack cocaine.
Okay. How long was you?
Was I there, out
Yeah.
there? Well,
Now you said you was addicted, but you said I was out there too. So
yes, I was out there. There's a difference. There is
It's a big difference.
Right. I was heavy into it. I had my father's passed away. God bless him.
Okay. I'm sorry for that.
I had a father that every chance that he thought he could get, he had me arrested.
Behind the stuff you was doing?
Yes, every time. I spent more times in jail than I did out in the street. You know, and it was just, and the what I was charged for was personal reasons.
I mean, when you say personal, I mean what? Was solicitation?
No,
Stealing?
I mean, I've been charged for solicitation.
Okay.
I have been charged, but I also been charged with just walking in the drug area, just in areas where I shouldn't
Just
be.
being in the wrong area.
Right, and my father having connections with the chief of police and everybody, you know. So, yeah.
So let me ask you, Cheryl, what got you started? I mean, I know things was different then. We're talking what year when you first started using?
What do you mean? Did I use for 1 year?
What year did you start using drugs?
Oh, 1980. If I could guess, it was the middle 80s.
Okay.
I don't know exactly.
You remember how old you were around that time?
I was in my late 20s.
Okay. So dad was still in your life.
My mom.
He kept sending you to jail. You kept doing a lot of different stuff.
Right.
What got you off?
Well, I started using actually in New York.
Okay.
I started using in New York. That was my first introduction to crack cocaine.
How was it introduced to you? What got you off the porch?
I was invited to a party, a birthday party. You ever heard of Helen Beller? Now, stories coming similar to hers.
Okay.
I was invited to a party, you know, not knowing. I was done when it came to drugs.
Gotcha.
You know, I wasn't even smoking cigarettes at the time. So when I went to the party, it was just her and her husband, and there was a guy there, and they were doing drugs, freebasing.
Freebasing was what it was back then.
Back then, yes,
Yeah.
freebasing. And I watched and I drank a little and I watched, so because I was also in the entertainment field.
Okay.
So people that I thought or knew, but just don't think they act crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
You can go down to New York at that time, and probably still today, and see people in a corner kneeling all the way down, and then popping right back up. And see, and just see the craziness of it.
Right.
But I can't say the person's name because they were highly known.
Okay.
So, but I sat there, and then they went to sleep.
Is that the person you was dating, or
No, I wasn't dating
just hanging out?
no person at that time.
Okay.
I was dating someone at that time, but I tried it, and it took away all the pain that I
the
felt.
first time it did that? So you immediately got it? Because I know some people say they keep going just to kind of.
Nope.
Didn't really get it the first time.
No, I
off
got
the
it the
top.
first time.
Yeah.
It took away all the childhood pain. It took away everything.
Everything that you were thinking about.
Yeah, it took away everything that I felt wasn't. The feeling was abandonment.
Right.
Not love. Not cared for.
It took all that away for that moment.
That first.
So just like everybody say, the first time you try something, you will like it. All it takes is one time.
One time for me.
So how did you handle your problems after that?
I was dating Ashford and Simpson's manager. His name was, am I allowed to say his name?
You can say who you date.
He's deceased now.
Okay.
His name was Logan Anderson.
Uh-huh.
And I told him, and he was like, oh, Lord. So,
You told him about your addiction?
told him what I did.
Okay.
Okay. And not knowing, I didn't even know he was doing it.
He had already knew.
Yeah, but
he had already knew everything about it.
Right, I
On
didn't know
yeah.
nothing about it. I didn't see him doing it. He went acting crazy. People, and the people that I first used with, they weren't acting crazy. They used, go sleep, go to work. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Functioning. Never heard of a functioning addict.
But it was different like that back then too.
Yeah, it was different.
Until you got really hooked.
Right, and I was hooked
Yeah.
the first time. That's because I had addictive personalities.
Right.
So anyhow, I told him, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna show you how to do it.
Different than what you had already knew.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you how to eat and get high. I'm gonna show you how to sleep and get high. I'm gonna show you how to go out and enjoy the weather. Put it down, get up, and go outside. Put it down, let's go eat dinner.
The thing that a lot of people can't do.
A lot of stuff that.
And that's why they lose weight and all that.
Yes, and he was teaching me that. So
how did well, I mean, he had to literally pin you down at the end of the night then for you to get you to lay down because it's hard to get an addict settled.
No, not really.
Yeah.
I wasn't like gun-holded.
Yeah. You was tamed with it.
Yeah, I was tamed.
So when did it become untamed, where you couldn't be held?
When I came back to Columbus, Ohio.
Is that when the solicitation started?
The solicitation started way before, further down the line.
Okay.
Is when the solicitation, because I always tell myself, and that's so funny, we as addicts, we tell ourselves these things, and we say, well, that'll never be me.
Yeah.
Or that would never be me, or I would never do that, and you won't catch me looking like that, or I won't do this, and you end up doing everything that you say you're not going to do.
Because you never know until you get in that situation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because they say, a lot of women that does get addicted at the end of the day, when they can't get it no more, they know they can use that slot machine.
Right. Yeah. You're right. And I thought I was more high class than that.
Right.
Come from a very not well off family, but I come from a family that was hardworking in college, school, and so forth. And I think that was the reason why it was so easy for me the first time to come back around.
Right.
Because it never was around that stuff.
Gotcha. I wonder if that's... Let's go sit over here.
Okay.
Because I wonder if that sun is taken away from me seeing you. Yeah. That may be the case. My back was to the sun. I mean, your back is to the sun.
I don't think the sun is
Yeah,
right there.
let's sit there. There we go. I think that's better.
Is that better?
That is a lot better. And I'm sorry for the viewers that was
Oh, no, that's fine.
that well, I want to apologize to them because the first one might have been a little bit blurry in the beginning of it. But go ahead, finish. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, so where did we stop off?
He was talking about how you was functionable.
Yeah, I was
And he was showing you how
in
to be.
Atlanta. I mean, not in Atlanta. I used there too. But in New York. And
But it
I
started in New York,
yeah,
right?
it started in New York.
Okay.
And I felt myself, and I stopped in New York. Stopped smoking, I started sniffing.
Picked up one to another.
One to another. And I would sniff and I would do primos.
That got a lot of people started though.
Yeah.
Primos. Well, at the older age, it was freebase.
Yeah.
I don't think they was really primoing back then like that.
Yeah, we was primoing.
Was it?
Yeah. And then I stopped, and then I got married. And him and I was primoing together. Snorting together. You know, then we stopped, and then we ended up separating because of his mother. And then I did the geographic move.
What's that?
That's moving from one state to another, thinking it's all New York's problem. It's the reason why I'm using and doing the things that I'm doing is because I'm in New York.
It was everywhere.
Well, I didn't realize. So after I went to school and learned the and counseling and started being a drug counselor myself, realizing that the geographic move, I'm taking me with me.
Yes, that's
No
right.
matter where I go, I could.
No matter where you go.
I could have came from China.
So when you got here, did you go looking for it?
Yeah.
Didn't have to find you, even though you knew the eyes that what it looked like.
Right. I knew what it looked
in
like.
the areas.
I knew the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, I knew the neighborhood, and it didn't take that long for that. And I was functioning for a minute, had my kids, you know, and stuff.
Did you have Amber at the time? Okay. She's your own first baby?
No, I have two.
Okay.
I have two. I
She's
have
the
an
oldest.
oldest daughter. And
So Amber kind of, I'm not going to say you drug her, but she rode with you through a lot of this, right? Or
No.
some of this?
no,
Okay.
she didn't. My kids were taken away from me. I want to say when they were 4, they're 3 years apart. 4 and 7 or 8, 4 and 8.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
And you was an active
I was
addiction.
active addiction at that time.
What did that do to you at the time? Did it make it worse? Did you go spiral or what did
I
it do
didn't
to
care.
you? Huh?
I didn't care at that time.
Felt like you had a break.
I felt like I went harder.
Because you had an obligation.
Yeah, I didn't have an obligation. I was numb. I was numb. So as soon as I started realizing reality, I would get higher. And if I couldn't get high, I would get drunk. You know. So that was only time reality hit for me was when I was locked up and went to CBCF. That's when reality hit.
Gotcha. I don't mean to stop you right there, but everything that you just said in that little piece right there was exactly what we just dealt with her the last 2 days, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What you just told me.
Yeah.
And
sometimes
alcohol was really
Yeah.
what kicked her off, which we know lead to something else.
Right. It does. It does.
And sometimes we don't get it right till we go to jail.
Right. Right. And we don't. You know, and the crazy thing about it is, as a child, I didn't think that I was loved. I didn't think that thought I was being abused. You know, in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
My mom was a hard worker. She ended up being a single mom, and she went through her own abuse. You know, she went through her own physical abuse.
So this is a cycle.
And then my mom also, her mom was an alcoholic. You know, and her mom was being abused too as well. So the cycle did repeat itself.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not here to badger my mom because my mom did a real good job, even though my father raised me later.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my mom and I ended up getting a closer relationship as I became older. As I became to understand and put the blaming game up.
Mm-hmm.
She's the reason why I am like I am. No, my mom didn't give me the crack pipe.
Right.
My mom didn't give me the alcohol.
That's right. You made that choice.
I did myself. And as soon as I started blaming her of all of my trials and tribulations of life, I became better.
What stopped making you blame her? What brought that up?
Talking to like my aunt Naomi, she's passed away.
Getting to learn a little bit more of what mom was going through.
Right, learning a little bit more about my mom's past.
Yeah.
Learning a little bit more about what she had to endure as a child.
Kind of made you understand her mistakes a little better.
Right.
I think we all went through that. I kind of released the same thing with my mother at one point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But if they don't tell you the roots, you don't know. You don't know how to care for somebody. And you don't know and you don't know where your problems came from.
Right, and you don't know why you act the way you act because you were learned behavior. It's a learned behavior.
So I have some conversations now with you and your daughter. We're going to talk about Amber and we're going to stay with her Amber name because I don't want to, for the ones that know her real name, that's okay. We're going to stay with that. But how's y'all's conversations now knowing that she going through it? Whether you and mom had a chance to talk, but it's your turn. How is it now?
It's, in the beginning, I used to be angry because I was like this. You straddling the fence.
Yeah.
You know how it is over here. You seen what I went through. And you see how I am today. At that time. Because I've had my relapse after 15 years.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're straddling the fence.
Mm-hmm.
And you're deciding to go over on this side.
Yeah.
But now for today, I don't allow it to stress me. Her recovery is her recovery.
It is.
She can't get mine. It is not contagious. I mean, it is contagious, but it's not to the point where if she's sitting beside me, she can catch it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Believe it.
You can't catch it.
She got to want it, though.
Yeah.
And she got to go through that phase.
Yeah, she's got to want it.
She's probably looking at you and thinking that, you know what, I can keep playing this game and eventually it'll go away and I'll get like my mom. But she don't realize that.
Well, see, I didn't keep playing the game.
Right. That's what I was going to say. She don't realize that you got to stop playing the game in order to know.
I played the game twice.
Yeah, that and your relapse.
Mm-hmm. Relapse 15 years and then I relapsed again on drugs. And no, I have relapsed 3 times actually. And relapsed on alcohol when my granddaughter got murdered. Not the hard stuff.
Right. And again, I'm sorry for that. I'm aware of the story.
Yeah, and then I just was like, I wanted to numb, everything to be numb. Because I know what numbs me. It's so familiar.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and it's like my sponsor tell me, okay, you know what numbs you. But what's after the numb when you numb you?
Right.
You know?
Right. In the morning, the next day.
In the morning. And you know, one beer ain't going to do it for you.
Yeah.
You go get your 12-pack, they ain't going to do nothing for you.
What you do now when you're dealing with stuff? How do you handle it now?
Much better. I don't get stressed out over things anymore. I call my sponsor all the time when I am feeling some type of way, or I just talk it through. That's really the best thing for me is that I talk it through.
Yeah. Do you remember your triggers?
My trigger is myself, my thoughts.
Your thoughts.
Does
boredom get you too?
Yeah, boredom does get a hold of me. Idle time is the devil's workshop.
It is.
So, since I'm over here, I'll go to this Dairy Queen. Give me some ice cream. Sit and watch a movie. Or be on the phone with my sponsor for 3 hours.
Good stuff.
And plan to take all the way through.
Right.
I say, hey, there's a beer right here. Okay, now if I go get a beer instead of a Coke, see, there's no consequences behind this Coca-Cola.
Right, none at all.
Not at all.
Bubbling stomach, burps.
Yeah, right, yeah. Maybe get a little kidney.
You know what I'm saying?
Kidney acting up. I can always go take care of that. Drink a whole bunch of water.
Go sit on the toilet.
But if this was a beer,
yes, it'll open a whole nother door.
It'll open a whole new doors for me. Not necessarily for me running to go do hard drugs, Because when I relapsed, the last time I relapsed on alcohol, and I didn't go through the hard stuff.
When was that relapse?
Alcohol, it was Kennedy died in 2023. Got murdered. I would say like, I don't know, it's like September. Somewhere around September, August, somewhere like that, August, September. Yeah, and I just couldn't take it anymore because Kennedy and I were like this.
Yeah.
I was the first one that came and told.
Gotcha.
You know. And then my alcohol clean day is 22nd of last year.
Congratulations.
Last year.
Congratulations,
I haven't,
man.
I haven't done the hard stuff in a
I
long
give a
time.
pound to everybody that
Yeah.
tell me that
I
one.
haven't done the hard
Congratulations.
stuff for years and years and years. You know, but you can't know. My sponsor tells me all the time, well, you don't have 2 clean times, Cheryl. I said, but I haven't. He said, yeah, I only have 1.
You're amazing. You know that?
You know, you only have 1. I was like, but I haven't used since. He said,
That's
it
good
don't
stuff.
matter. A drug is a drug. He said, and you should know that because you're a counselor. So you should know a drug is a drug. I said, I know, I'll just be trying.
What do you think about at night when you lay back after you pray and Cheryl can't sleep and you're reminiscing about things that you've been through? What are you thinking about? Just give me a few things that you think about.
I think about my marriage, how that I played a great deal in that. Not
Separation of that?
Yep, separation and divorce.
Okay.
I think about. I think that's the only thing really that I really seriously think about. I really don't.
You feel like you failed the marriage? Is that the weight that you're still carrying? Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about my husband's recovery because he is who he is.
Yeah.
He's a great man and a great father.
And that's his story, and I don't really like that. Like I said, I don't typically.
Yeah, he's a great man, and he is a beautiful father and a beautiful grandfather.
Right.
You know.
Now let me ask you, outside of the addiction and some of the problems and damages that we cause to other people, and some to ourselves, what is one of your biggest regrets that you remember? Take yourself back on one of those biggest regrets and break that down to me.
Not raising my children.
Yeah.
That's my biggest regret. I didn't get them back until I think my oldest daughter was 13 or 14, and then Erica had been 11 or something like that. Yeah. You know. And they were angry, especially my oldest daughter. She's gonna turn me out one way or the other.
The oldest daughter?
Yes. Woo. Jesus. She was turning me out. Let me tell you something. But I was so strong in my recovery that I made a choice.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, you said you made a choice?
I made a choice. I had to call her father. I cried and I cried and I cried. And this still touches me. But
Take your time. Take your time.
I got down on my knees and I prayed. And I called her dad. I told him to come and get her.
Okay.
Because him and his wife living in Illinois, Champaign, Illinois. And I couldn't do it no more. It was either it was my recovery or the streets. Because she was just
Yeah.
you know, angry. And
I get it.
I called her dad. And just as soon as I called him, I was on my knees when I called him. I got up off my knees and tried to call him back and tell him that was okay. I didn't get an answer.
Why you think that
So
was?
about 5 hours, 4 hours later,
Okay.
there was a knock at my door. It was him. He hollered up the steps and told her, get her bags and let's go. I said, I'll try to call you back. He said, I was still there. I knew it was you. Changing your mind.
That's why he didn't take it. That's why I said, why you think
That's
that is?
right.
Because he was about ready to be done with it.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
And she ended up living with him and his wife. And I'm not going to mention his name or her name.
Yeah. We ain't gonna do
And she's a beautiful stepmother. Beautiful stepmother. I mean, she could ask for nothing better but a beautiful stepmother.
Good stuff.
I wouldn't even call her stepmother, her other mother.
Her other mother.
Yeah.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair. We to have a bonus parent.
Right.
Sometimes to fix up where we couldn't do. But
and I had to do that because my recovery was more important than trying to make up.
Yeah. All that to do is just make it look good, a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's still, even when you travel, like you said, when you move from state to state, you still took you with you.
Right.
Either way it goes.
Right. And what women, I try to tell women is that be ready for it. Yeah. I'm getting clean because I want to get my kids back. I'm getting clean because I want to get my man back or my husband back.
Got to do it for yourself.
Let me tell you, all them things that you're trying to get back is going to disappoint you. And what do you have to lean on?
Well, let me tell you something, Cheryl. I noticed that most girls that go through sober living, I've realized that even when they get clean, their attachment, the things that they feel like that justify them is normally a guy. And that's the part, I guess, that makes it good that I'm doing this, because I don't have a motive. They want to stay connected with somebody, but they don't want to be damaged below. You understand what I'm saying? And those are the ones that want that help. You know what I mean? Like your daughter. She wants that help. And we got a good bond, man. There's never been no disrespect or ugly or none of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if I'm not around, she's going to have the wrong person around.
Right. And the whole thing of it is that you have to have a sponsor.
You have to have a sponsor.
Have to have.
Well, in her situation, you can't walk away too soon either.
No.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have. And I utilize my sponsor. Okay. I utilize, and his wife. Yes, they say don't have a man sponsor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they tell you not to get in relationships either. I don't even know why sober livers.
My sponsor, you're not supposed to be.
I don't even know why they let guys live with them anymore.
Yeah.
If they don't have children, it shouldn't be allowed.
Right. I used to tell my male clients and female clients, get your plant.
Plant to talk to.
No, get your plant. If that plant lives over a year and a half and it didn't die, you might be ready for a relationship. But if that plant dies and you didn't take care of it and then water and nurture it like you're supposed to.
Make sure it get the right sun.
Yeah.
Tear off the bad leaves so the good ones can live.
Yeah. You're not ready.
You ain't ready, huh? I like that. I like that. So listen, before we shut this down, because this is just an introduction, I really appreciate it, man. And stuff like this weighs heavy on me, especially being able to sit and talk with you. Because I done put this journey in with this young lady, man. If and I know this is about you, but I do want you to say something for us and the viewers. But I want you to speak to your daughter real fast before we end this with something else. If you could say something to her and she was right here, right in front of you, even after I went and got her out of jail and all that good stuff, and you knowing the things that happened and what she's been through versus the cancer, what would you really want to say to her right now, or want her to mirror you right now, opposed to the damages?
Well, I have talked with her, and I told her that I believe that she needs to be in a smaller environment, treatment program. She doesn't need to be in a co-ed.
Right.
And she needs to really, really focus on her recovery, because excuses are excuses. And the excuses that you're using they were already there way before you were able to use those excuses. And I'm not going to go into details about what's the excuses that she has, because only she knows.
Well,
I know.
And most of the viewers know. They follow the videos, so she's honest.
Right,
and that's what I love about her. She's so transparent and so honest. And that's why I stay consistent with her.
Right. And I would want her to please stay out of the relationship until she gets into the touch of herself. But she's a beautiful person.
She is.
She'll do anything for you. And she, like you said, she keeps it real.
And she has a hell of a soul.
Yeah.
She does, man.
Yeah,
she has a good heart in there.
Yeah.
She just caught up in distractions.
Yeah.
And living out of desperation. She hadn't found the inspiration yet.
Well, she's got strong support. She's got me as her mom. She's got her dad, who's a strong support. She's got her best friend, who is a strong support. She's got China, who's a strong support. Yeah. She's got people that are there for her. But demons. Stay out of a relationship.
That's it. Well, listen, Cheryl.
Stay out of it. God, please, I'm gonna pray for that.
I appreciate us having this conversation, man. I promise you I do. But I want you to do me a favor before we get up out of here. I want you to say something positive to these young girls that just don't know how to get out of it.
Well, first of all, I think getting out of it is taking baby steps. If you can go a day without using and get in touch with why you're using, okay, underneath all of that underneath that is definitely pain, and you got to get in touch with why am I hurting so bad?
That's right.
What's wrong? What's going on?
Get to the root of it, huh?
Yeah, and get into the root of the problem. And once you get into the root of the problem, because baby, you can't get no higher.
Yeah.
You can't.
You can't.
I've tried it, and I've never caught the higher.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Listen, Cheryl, I appreciate you. This is just the beginning of our journey.
Yes, it is. Because I had a lot of places to take you to where it is. If we can go to New York,
and we
Atlanta,
go.
we have a good time.
And we're supposed to be going to Joe's Hoes too.
Yeah, Joe's Hoes.
They don't know,
Up and down,
but it's
short
coming.
north,
Hey.
and everything else, honey.
Y'all heard that from my
Yeah.
girl Cheryl.
Right.
We out here staying
Yeah.
connected. Let's go.